Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dem Show. Today, we're going to talk about what happened this past Saturday during the second trip on the other side. We were so pumped. We had so much fun and I can't wait to get this started. Atareh, how are you?
I'm doing great. We had a fun weekend with the other side, of course. Big news with Gucci today as well. If you haven't checked that video out, that just dropped as well with the 10KTF Yuga partnership. But let's jump into the other side. Okay. Wow. So we've been waiting for this for quite a while, and we finally got it. I want to highlight a few things first. One, if you had another deed, of course you had access to it. What was nice is that you could use Warm or Delegate Cash, which are wallet delegation solutions. So you didn't need to like connect your wallet that had your other deed to the website because scams run rampant in this space. And the other thing was is that if with every wallet that held another deed, you could send people a guest pass. And so uh, a bunch of guests that didn't have any other deeds or didn't have anything delegated to them were also invited as well. We had upwards of 7,200 people in the second trip. The first time it was about 4,200, so we can see the numbers are increasing. There were quite a number of people that were stuck in the queue and weren't able to make it inside. Diamond Hands,
Diamond.
unfortunately, was one of them as well. We know Maggie as well, but Maggie put up a mint, um, and we'll put an image of it right here. So if you were stuck in the queue and you want to mint that, you can as well to commemorate the experience. The good thing is that if you were stuck in the queue, then you still get the metadata update that you attended the second trip. So that's like very high level stuff. Now let's get into what happened uh, as a brief overview of the event. So we started off in this white room with like these orange rings, and we'll put a screenshot wherever we can. And this is where everybody was running around trying to find their friends. We had like the damn signal going off saying, "Hey, we're here, look for us." And a bunch of people, like 20, 30 people came together. We were all dancing and hanging out. And then Curtis gave the signal to say, "Hey, we're ready to go. Let's jump into the other side." And so we jumped down into a portal. Maybe what happened after we went into the portal?
So yeah, we jumped into the portal with Curtis, and once we entered the other side, we were already divided in teams, and the game began. So once we entered, the game started. So we had to grab these blobs. They were like orange blobs, and drop them to the toads. So it was like a game that you had to just go around, collect these blobs, and then you always had to go back to the same location to drop them. And when you
Mm-hmm.
drop them, you release your score that stays for yourself, and then goes also on top and with the all team score. So there was a team score for each of the four teams. We did two different games. The first one was easier. It was like just to train us on how to collect and drop. And then the second one was in a more difficult, I would say, environment. You had to jump. The toads were not so close to reach. You had to get on top of this floating islands to actually reach the toads and drop your blobs. So I guess it was like increasing difficulty going from one level to the other. And what happened there, we got a same amount of time for each team. And at the end of the time, the team that had the highest score won. The game ended, and we were teleported to another place, which was the bone environment of the other side. So we went on an excursion with Blue and Curtis and checked around this environment, which was beautiful. So they wanted to show us how other side environments look and will
Mm-hmm.
look in the other side. We did an excursion with them. We had fun for a bit going around this environment until at one point we heard some kind of earthquake. Like some earthquake was happening, and we're like, "What is this? What's going on?" And everyone was able at that point to see what was the reason of this earthquake, which was a gigantic dragon that like appeared from the back of the bone environment, like out of the dunes almost. And yeah, it was pretty angry, I would say,
Yeah.
and scared. the hell out of all of us. At the end of that clip with the dragon, we were teleported back to the white room where we hanged for a while, and the trip ended there after like 15-20 minutes hanging there. So this
Yeah.
was like what happened.
Yeah. So, okay, let's jump into it first. Like our thoughts and impressions. I had a lot of fun. I thought the competition was fantastic. I had so much fun competing. If anybody watched the stream, somebody said it at some point. Atareh is super focused. I was barely speaking. I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta collect these blobs. I gotta go here. And there were some times where you would even fall off, and it was hard to like jump back on the cliff and things like that. So it was kind of maneuvering it. I also wasn't using a mouse as well. I was trackpad gang for Otherside as well. And so that was, I think, another challenge to overcome. But I heard a lot of people talk about like the differences in some of the captains, and we're going to jump into that. I thought our captain Jimmy was incredible. He We give our full thoughts on that in just a little bit, but I want to quickly highlight. I think I love that you could hear the captains, and then you could also hear the people around you. And
Hmm.
so when I would speak and I would say something for the stream, I was also speaking to the people around me, saying like, "Guys, keep going! Like we can do this." And people actually heard that, and I thought that was such a cool like little touch of just like having this massive competition, and everybody's around you is like on your team, and we're competing and going for the same prize of like supremacy. You could see the real time board as well changing. We started off at the very end, Team Glacier, and then we ended up at the very top. And then to get the airdrop in the end, I was over the moon when we learned that we won the competition, and they said our helmets changed and we got wings, and then we started floating, and then Curtis was like, "I also have a big announcement. This is an airdrop. You guys are getting this in a week from now." I was like, "Yes!" Like what
Oh
an
my god.
experience! It was. I think it had everything. So I was super super happy. It was a good way to spend 2 hours on a Saturday.
Yeah, it was a great moment. I enjoyed the game a lot. I played in the best way I could. I'm also pretty happy about my personal score because I never play these games. So for me it was like, okay, let me see what I can achieve. All my friends are here. We're all playing. We're all having fun. Let's go. Let's do this. So I saw that as a social event that we took part with our friends, and the competition was like it was hard at the last few minutes. We thought that we almost we were gonna lose. So I was feeling the pressure, and I was feeling these strong emotions like while I was playing. But at the end, we won. We got the helmets, and yeah, we were over the moon. That was an amazing moment.
Yeah, and I want to talk about the captains now. So
Yeah.
I we had Jimmy, and a lot of people, some people mentioned that they couldn't hear the captains on the main Yuga stream. So I want to start with Bryson. So the top two teams were Team Crimson and Team Glacier. Team Glacier was with Jimmy, and Team Crimson was with Bryson. And so Bryson posted this clip, and it was going super viral on Twitter the other day. This is how he was, like, he was really into the game, which was awesome. He was guiding his team, and let's take a listen.
We're gonna go past them right now. We're gonna go fucking past them. Keep pushing. Get those fucking points. No fucking way. Let's fucking go. No fucking way.
Okay, I don't know if you see that maybe, but I didn't realize this in the moment because I was so into the game. But you can see literally 1 second before the game ends, Team Crimson passes us right there. We take the lead back instantly. They pass us again. We take the lead back a little bit slower, but we take it back once again. Boom. And then, bam, the game ends right there. Wasn't even 1 second. That was
Crazy.
0.25 of a second. That was mind blowing to me. So you can see Bryson was super engaged, getting everybody hyped. I felt the pressure because I could see the acceleration of their points. They were going way faster than us. But I want to shout out Jimmy as well, because Jimmy, I thought, did an incredible job in terms of just tactics, and he did this consistently throughout the whole thing. So we have a snippet here of him and some of the way that he was speaking to us on our stream.
Shoot.
All right, drop off your balls, everyone.
Don't slow
Keep
down.
collecting
Don't
those.
slow
Don't
down.
let
Don't
this
slow
stop
down.
you. Once you drop them off, we still got more to go. This is where we are going to keep our lead here, okay?
Keep going.
It's important
Keep
to hold on
collecting.
to it.
Okay.
So that's a little snippet, and we're gonna post a little smash cut of Jimmy, very calm, very collected, and just a coach. He was consistently just guiding us and saying, "Hey, I know Curtis is saying go to the gate, but we can still get
Don't
points.
go.
Go
Yeah.
back and don't go. Keep collecting."
Continue
Maybe I know
collecting.
you were very, very bullish on Jimmy as a captain as well.
Yeah, no, I love the whole game part because of the way it was guiding us through the games, especially for people like me that are not gamers. It was so good to hear, like, guys, you go here, collect this. Don't worry if you don't have 35. Go back, drop them. He gave us some very, very interesting tips on how to get to the walk the quickest way through a certain path where we could collect and then go back to the totes in order to drop the points as fast as possible. So his tips were very, very specific and strategic to make us, even the worst of us, that I put myself into that, even the worst of us were able to actually help, to be helpful, because he was actually telling me what to do and I just had to do what he said, and I was continuing to drop more and more points. And I think that since we don't know yet what's going to happen with those points, but I believe that we are going to keep our score, our personal score. And that's good for us because if something's going to come later with the other side, it's thanks to Jimmy. For example, for my personal situation, thanks to Jimmy, I'm going to have so many more points that I wouldn't have gotten if I didn't have someone that guided me so well during the two games in the other side. So yeah, thank you, Jimmy. I really, really appreciated the help, and it was very calm and to the point. So amazing coach.
Big shout
And
out to
captain.
Jimmy. Killed it. Sorry, other three teams. We had the best captain. Better luck next time. And let's talk about the future, because if that was a second trip, one of the things Figgy said in his Paris blockchain talk, and the full video of that's available, highly recommend you go check it out. It's only about 20 minutes, but their goal for this year is to have Otherside open consistently, and they expect the frequency to which it opens up to ramp up before end of year when it's opened up all the time. So I don't know if you had any thoughts on third trip and what that future persistent Otherside looks like, maybe.
Well, for what I understood, is gonna be initially a monthly thing. So I don't know if there's gonna be maybe another trip end of April. It's definitely possible. Then they're gonna move to bi-weekly and then weekly and then open all time. So yeah, I'm expecting to have another trip in a month from now. But let's also remember that the storytelling that happened there, the dragon, and all of that story that will have to continue, and we'll have to see what happens with the dragon. It's probably part of third trip, I would say right now. Could be connected to this dragon and how we're gonna defeat the dragon. Yeah, what I see is a trip coming pretty soon, and also something coming for our score, if I have to be honest. Let's remember also the tweet where they say finders keepers. Some people speculated that it was about other items or like things that people found in the other side that were special. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody tweeting, I found this thing that nobody else found, to be honest. So I don't know if they mean that, or they just mean finders keepers, the fact that we collected blobs as well, these pink bulbs,
Right.
so many different things that maybe are going to end up giving us some kind of advantage or score for the next trips as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's also going to be like quests, maybe like on the road to them having a weekly metaverse and then a persistent metaverse. I think that even if it's persistently open, they're still going to be in the same way 10KTF has Thursdays. I think Saturdays are going to be for the other side, where there's a weekly quest that you have to go and battle, and there's rewards, and there's going to be airdrops, and there's going to be, you know, potentially even ApeCoin to earn. I think that's all what's coming for the future of the other side. And so far, I think their unique ability here is that they're the only ones building something like this with NFTs and then an in-game currency. And so it's the story is really where it's gonna like become, I think, iconic. And if they can keep telling a good story, like what's gonna happen with this giant dragon, we posted a clip of it. So if you want to see that whole sequence, check it out on the Damn Show. We'll link it below as well. But that I think is going to be like a fascinating way of like, where is the story going? How is Wagmi-san related? Because we didn't even talk about it. But 10KTF, when you looked up, when we were first teleported into Otherside, we were by the obelisk and we looked up and we saw the New Tokyo Islands up above. We also had 10KTF drop a bunch of tweets that, and we'll just post all the photos that they dropped every 5 or 10 minutes or so that showed, hey, this place looks familiar down here. That's where we were running around, hanging out, collecting the toads. So all of it's, you know, related to all of this. And we're excited to see how that story kind of unfolds and, you know, what the future brings. And yeah, like it's how much are these helmets going to go for on OpenSea? Right? Like that's another question. How many helmets are there? I think there's only going to be about 2,000, because if there's 7,200 people, divide that by 4, it's under 2,000 per team. So maybe 1,700 helmets only. And so like there's so many questions, and I think it's like I want to know how much it's worth, and you know, what's the long-term value of that, because it's the first item from the second trip. Marks you as an OG of the OGs in a few years from now. So we're excited to speculate about all of that. That was the second trip, guys. So we had a lot of fun. We hope you did as well. Of course, if you're watching the Damn Show on Thursday, then you were able to also join, because we gave out a few guest passes on that Thursday live stream. So make sure you don't miss those. There's always giveaways. We always do fun things. Damn equals fun.
Let's remember that one of those guest passes went to a friend, Pacheco, that won the helmet. So
yes,
we're very, very happy to that we brought him in, and now it's gonna get an airdrop out of it. So
exactly. So just there's a lot of alpha on Thursdays from 10KTF and the Damn Show. We also have a Discord. We're gonna link it in the comment below. Come through. A lot of exciting news coming in the Damn universe. So check it out, and we hope to see you next time on the Thursday live stream. Bye, everybody.